It's not always easy to be motivated, to remain motivated as you seek to practice and to get better at your instrument. In this video, I'll share with you 10 ways how to hack your brain, how to hack motivation so that you can remain in a consistent flow state and remain motivated as you seek to get better at playing your instrument. The first way to hack motivation is to start now. Do not wait until you have the perfect instrument, the perfect teacher, the perfect coach, being in the perfect mood, or having the perfect time to practice. If you do that, you'll find yourself in a place called Someday Island, a place that doesn't exist. And perfection, to some extent, is an illusion. Start learning the phrase now. The song now. That scale that you call difficult. Maybe it's the F sharp major scale with 6 sharps, and you think that is challenging or difficult. There's no such thing as a hard or difficult scale. A scale that is difficult or hard for you is the one that you haven't practiced. The same amount of time it takes to learn the C major scale without any sharps or flats, it's the same amount of time it should take you to learn the C sharp major scale that has 7 sharps. If it's taking you longer than that, you are practicing wrong. Number 2, show up consistently. Consistency is the mother of mastery. Musicians, writers, artists, they all know that the way to get work done is by showing up consistently. And showing up means going into the studio, going into your practice space, or sitting your ass down in a chair and getting the work done. Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson's producer, coined the phrase ass power. And he said what made the difference between Michael Jackson and other equally skilled or talented musicians that he produced was Michael's ability to use ass power, showing up and doing the work. Number 3, get happy. Stop being the douchebag, the whiner, the complainer. Use gratitude instead. The fact that you have an instrument, be it an old, beaten, vintage horn or a cheap Chinese brand, it's something to be grateful for. You are already at an advantage because billions of people are on the planet who do not own an instrument and who can't play a note to save their own lives. So be grateful for what you have. The fact that you don't have the horn or instrument that you would love to have has many reasons. Maybe it's what you spend your money on. You're using your money to buy name brand products when you should be saving your money to buy that horn that you've longed for. Or it could very well be that the universe doesn't see it fit to bless you with a Lamborghini just yet. So you have to continue driving the old Corolla, right? So be grateful for what you have. Number 4, set small achievable goals. Now, I am not a fan of setting goals. I am rather a systems person because once you have the right system or systems in place, the goal or goals will be a natural byproduct. However, goals have their place. Therefore, setting small goals according to research and achieving those micro goals, they will add up to become your macro goals. And over time, they will motivate you once you can achieve those. So going back to the point of learning the F sharp major scale or the C sharp major scale, that could be a micro goal in your practice today. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to learn that over 1 octave on your horn and another few minutes to learn it over the entire range. If it's taking you longer than that, you're practicing wrong. Number 5, leave it out. Whatever the tools you're using to practice and to make progress, you leave them out. For a baseball player, leave the gloves, the ball, and the bat out. For a musician, like a saxophonist, you leave the saxophone on a stand where it's visible, where it is out of harm's way, because out of sight, out of mind. Therefore, don't shove it underneath your bed or lock it away in the closet somewhere. You want to be able to grab it and access it easily, and that will encourage you to practice and to make progress. Research has also shown that it's best to stagger your practice. 10 minutes in the morning, maybe you have another 15 minutes at noon, and then 25 minutes in the late afternoon, rather than practicing for the 3 hours in one span. It is also better to practice consistently for 10 minutes every day than to practice for 10 hours on Sunday alone. Number 6, kill your boredom. Now, this is the one that gets me, I suppose. Last year, I was talking with a girlfriend of mine, and the topic of boredom came up, and she asked me if I never get bored, and I said, no. How can I get bored when there are so many books that I'm yet to read? There are so many songs that I've not listened to that I don't know. There are so many things to learn on this instrument that I've not yet learned. So how am I to get bored? Now, if you are in a position where you get bored, there are a few things that you can do about that, especially as it relates to remaining motivated and continuing to practice your instrument. One, in your practice time, take off your shoes and just allow the coldness of the tiles to send shivers up your spine, or do some gimmicky thing. But beyond that, what you want to do is to always incorporate new material into your practice. Stop practicing the same old regurgitated material. I spoke about that in this video that I did a few days ago. The mind, the brain thrives on novelty. It thrives on challenges. So instead of avoiding playing your low notes, challenge yourself to at least play your low B flat and your low B. And then once you have gotten through that, you step it up a notch. Or challenge yourself to play your palm key note or the first note in the altissimo range. Challenge yourself, because your brain loves novelty. If you are giving yourself milk to drink every day at the same temperature with no change in the way it tastes or look, after a while you're going to be bored by it. So therefore, you always want to incorporate new material into your practice routine. Number 7, go live. Take the thing that you love to do and go play in front of a crowd. As a musician or as an artist, go paint in front of people. As a musician, if you don't have an audience, go to the hospital or a hospice where people are sick and they don't have anybody to sing or play for them, and play for them. Go live with your craft. I had the profound opportunity when I went back to Jamaica at the end of 2022, and I stayed there until November of last year, 2023. I was able to play in a number of bands, and I can tell you there is a remarkable difference in playing live than sitting behind my desk here and practicing by myself. The synergy, the energy, what you get to learn from the musicians within the moment, and the emotions and energy within the room or the space. I was able to play in front of thousands of people with those other musicians. Go live. And if you can't go live, then record a video and post it on social media, maybe on YouTube or something of sorts. But go live with the music. Number 8, mingle. It means to join a group of people who are like-minded like you. So if you're an artist, find a group that has artists in it. If you are a baseballer, find other baseballers who are in that zone and who likes baseball, and you can speak the same language and communicate about the same thing. And you may very well find an accountability partner who will continue to help you to stay motivated as you seek to get better at your craft. Number 9, avoid a reward mentality. Research has shown that people who do things just for the reward, they get worse or do worse. Therefore, you don't want to depend on getting a prize or a trophy for what you are doing. Make the reward be progress that you are consistently making on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. Make that be the reward, but don't depend on any trophy. That's why some people will post 1 or 2 videos on YouTube, and because it doesn't get as many views or likes, they never post another one. Don't depend on external motivators. I spoke about that recently in a previous video as well. And number 10, do not give up. Do not give up. Whatever the challenges are, do not give up. Because winners understand that they will have failures, but from the failures, they will get feedback, they will learn, and it will push them to become stronger. Because what doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger. So don't give up. The difference between winners and quitters reach a roadblock or a bump in the road, and instead of trying to navigate going around or over the bump, they turn back. Or they take another path, a brand new path. And they're always starting their fires and blowing them out, and therefore they never reach their final destination. What doesn't kill you, make you stronger. I am Kadrian Thomas, the Sax Habit Coach. As always, push, play until something happens. Peace.